What is up, all my lovely subjects? It's Master Salazar here, and I wanted to give you guys a little update, like a musical update of my life, like what I've been listening to. And knowing me, like I have this all written down here because, see, knowing me, I will forget all of this, so I had to write it all down. So I want to start with a Skylit Drive. So this was a band that my sister listened to all the time when she was into screamo music and everything. And I got into them really like a few months ago, I want to say. So I really like the lead singer's voice of a Skylit Drive because it kind of sounds like, it reminds me of like high-pitched voices that like 80s rock singers had. You know what I mean? I really like his voice. I don't know his name, but I do like his voice. So I'm gonna do what I usually do, go through their albums, tell you what songs I like. So let's start with the She Watched the Sky EP, sorry, excuse me. So my favorite song from the She Watched the Sky EP is a tie between the All-Star Diaries and Hey Nightmare, Where'd You Get Them Teeth? But yeah, Hey Nightmare, Where'd You Get Them Teeth? It's a really good song. My favorite from She Watched the Sky EP. It's just, I really love the sound they had for this song, which is why it's my favorite song from this EP. That's all I can really say about She Watched the Sky. Now, let's... Sorry. Now let's go in with, Wires and the Concept of Breathing. So, this album is very interesting, but my favorite song from this album is the last track on it, All It Takes for Your Dreams to Come True, because it has a really good song and a really good message. That's all I can really say about Wires and the Concept of Breathing. Then we have Adelphia. This album is very interesting. If I remember correctly, I think my favorite song from this album is The Children of Adelphia, because I really thought that sound on that track was really good, and it just, I loved the lyrics to that. Then we have Identity on Fire, which is my favorite Skylit Drive album. My favorite song from Identity on Fire, which is my favorite song from a Skylit Drive, is Exoskeleton. Mainly because of the drums, but that's all I can really say about Identity on Fire. Then we have Rise. My favorite song from Rise was, I believe it was track 9, I, Enemy. Because if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I listened to a Skylit Drive, but if I remember correctly, the reason why I, Enemy was my favorite song was because of the second verse. Then we have ASD. We have ASD, which I think was supposed to be their self-titled album. My favorite song from this album was The Son Is Not the Father, because it has very interesting lyrics. But that's all I can say about A Skylight Drive, and unfortunately they are broken up. So next we have Rihanna. I'm a huge Rihanna fan, don't judge me. I've loved her since the beginning of her career. I'm just gonna go through her albums and tell you guys what I liked when I listened to all of them. Music of the Sun, her debut album. I really, really love Pon de Replay. I like If It's Lovin' That You Want. That La La La. Music of the Sun. And There's a Thug in My Life are my favorites from this album. My favorite is There's a Thug in My Life because it has like that really, really old 2000s vibe. A Girl Like Me. My favorite song from A Girl Like Me is Unfaithful because it's the most vulnerable song Rihanna has ever written. That's all I want to say about it because I don't want to make this video too long. Good Girl Gone Bad. My favorite song from this is Breaking Dishes because Rihanna just goes off. She's like, if my man don't come home, I'm gonna be breaking some damn dishes up in this house if my man don't come home. What else do we have here? Sorry, Jade messaged me. But yeah, that's all I can say about Good Girl Gone Bad. Well, actually, no. Like, I love Breaking Dishes. I love Umbrella. Push Up on Me. Don't Stop the Music. Shut Up and Drive. So Me Candy and Rehab. Those are all really, really good songs. And then Rated R and Talk That Talk are my two least favorites, but all I can say about Rated R is my favorite song is Russian Roulette. Loud is my favorite Rihanna song, my favorite Rihanna album. I love every song on Loud album, especially California King Bed. California King Bed is a very, very beautiful song. That's all I can say about it. Then we have Talk That Talk. My favorite song from Talk That Talk is the opening track, You Da One, and that's all I can say about it. And then Unapologetic. Unapologetic, my favorite song is Diamonds, but I also like Fresh Out the Runway, Part Up, Right Now, What Now, Stay, and No Love Allowed. And then Anti. I love Consideration, Kiss It Better, I like Work, I love Needed Me, and Never Ending, and Love on the Brain, which is my favorite song from Anti. I love Love on the Brain, it's beautiful. What else do we have here? Stand Atlantic is the next band I have on this list. I found Stand Atlantic recently, and I got into their music like a lot. I really like Stand Atlantic's music. I found Stand Atlantic, like, I want to say maybe, like, I talked about this earlier in my video that I did about how I got into Stand Atlantic, so I'm not really going to go into too much detail about this, but I'll just give you the bullet points from that video. I found them recently on YouTube. I really, really like the lead singer's voice. My favorite song from the Sidewinder EP is Coffee at Midnight. My favorite song from Skinny Dipping is the title track, Skinny Dipping, but I also love Lavender Bones, Bullfrog, Speak Slow, Cigarette Kiss, Lost My Cool, and Toothpick. And Pink Elephant is my favorite album from Stand Atlantic, their most recent album. My favorite song is the last track, Hate Me. That's all I'm gonna say about Stand Atlantic, because I already made a video about them earlier today. What's next? Creeper! Creeper just released a new album a few days ago, I believe. Yes, they did. Sex, Death, and the Infinite Void. They have 2 EPs, the self-titled one, Callous Heart EP, The Stranger. Okay, they have 3 EPs actually. And Eternity in Your Arms was their first full-length album, and then Sex, Death, and the Infinite Void is their most recent one, and my favorite one is Eternity in Your Arms. And my favorite song from Eternity in Your Arms is Black Rain because it's beautiful. Now let's go in with Make Them Suffer. I found Make Them Suffer like very randomly one day, like 2 months ago, I want to say, is when I found them. So Make Them Suffer has a few albums out right now. They have the Lord of Woe EP, the Never Bloom album, which was their debut album, Old Souls, then they combined the Old Souls album with their Lord of Woe EP and just called it Old Souls and Lord of Woe. And then Worlds Apart, and then their most recent album, How to Survive a Funeral. My favorite album from them is Never Bloom. My favorite song from them is the title track, Never Bloom, because Never Bloom, I think, was supposed to be a concept album, and like the song Never Bloom is like kind of starting out the story of this character named Morrow who cursed these wastelands, I guess. That's all I can really say about Make Them Suffer for now. Let's go in with Bad Omens. I just recently got into Bad Omens. I really, really like their sound. I had always heard the band name Bad Omens, but never really listened to them until a few days ago. I'm still trying to get through their second album, Finding God Before God Finds Me, but I have listened to their entire first album, the Bad Omens self-title. It's actually a very good album. My favorite song is, I think my favorite song from this would be Broken Youth, because of the drum lines. That's all I can say about Bad Omens right now. Let's go on with Like Ghosts. I've talked about them a little bit before, but I haven't really talked about why I like this band. They followed me on Twitter like 2 or 3 years ago, something like, no, 2 years ago, because it was 2018. They're trying to find a new lead singer right now, unfortunately, but yeah. They only have one EP out called To Feel Like You're Drowning, and my favorite song from it is Iris, because it's the first song I heard from Like Ghosts, and it's a really, really good song about breakups. I think it's about breakups. Okay, this next one's the last one I'm doing for this first half of this video because I don't want to make these videos too long, so I'm doing two parts. This last band I'm going to talk about for the first part of this video is called Art of Anarchy. Art of Anarchy is a little band that was formed by a man of the name Scott Stapp, the lead singer of Creed. After they broke up, he formed this band, and he didn't sing on their first album, but he does sing on their second album, which is weird. But my favorite album from them is their first album, Art of Anarchy, their self-titled album, and my favorite song is Time Every Time, because I really like the lyrics. I think I found them, like, the whole story was like I was looking up stuff about Creed on Google, and then I saw that Scott Stapp formed this new band named Art of Anarchy, and I was like, alright, I'll listen to them. And then I listened to them, now I really like them. Anyway, yeah, now I'm going to end this video and go do the second part really quick. So, this has been Master Salazar. I will see my lovely subjects in a few minutes.